eNanda. Let me start off by thanking and acknowledging our program director, Comrade Ras Mataz Mbalula, Figile Mbalula, who is razzmatazing the whole country with our election campaign. And thank him for the wonderful work that he is doing. And let me also thank and acknowledge the presence today of our former president, President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma, for being amongst us. Siyabonga nqamalala ngokuba khona kwakho la. Abantu abaningi baloku bethi umongameli uCyril Ramaphosa uzohlangana noNqamalala, uzawuthethisa uNqamalala. Angazi ukuthi bayithatha phi ke leyo nto, ngoba akunakuthethisana between mina noNqamalala, sizwana kahle nje. And into esikuyo inye nje. Well, zikhona ezinye ningathanda ukungena endabeni zethu. Indaba zethu ezimnandi kudala sisebenza kunye, because njengoba senizwile ngo-1991 ngakhetha ukuba uSecretary General, uComrade Jacob Zuma waba uDeputy. Sasebenza kahle kamnandi futhi, sanegotiate yabakhona idemocracy. After that, wakhethwa uComrade Jacob Zuma waba uDeputy President. Mayisuka lapho waba uPresident. Waseva for 5 years. After that, wathi ngoba ungibiza mfana kithi. Wathi mfana kithi woze uzosebenza nami. Ngaba iDeputy yakhe. After that, ngakhethwa ke ngaba uPresident. Ula manje, he is a former president, but a former president that I am going to use as the president of the African National Congress for various tasks. Uzoba, uyabona all former presidents bayasetshenziswa, bayathunywa ukuthi bayalungisa la nala, bayenze lokhu nalokhu ngoba ongqondo ibona esithi masibabuka sithi ongqondo ngoba bane experience. They have experience, they have knowledge, they know the history of the organization. So mina ke uma senginitshela iqiniso eliphelele, I am one of the luckiest presidents in recent years of the African National Congress, because I've got two former presidents abasaphilayo, uNqamalala noZizi Thabo Mbeki, and I've got another one, uKhalima Motlanthe, who was deputy president. So nginabantu abathathu abangongqondo, who whenever I need anything to be said, to be done, ngiyakubona. So uma nisibuka sihlezi soyithula, siyanbuka nonke. And masibona ukuthi ukhona osihlekisayo, siyanihleka sihlezi la. Sihleke kube mnandi, sikhulume ngezinto kamnandi. Comrade Chairperson, I want to extend greetings to the National Executive Committee, members who are here, amalungu e-Provincial Executive Committee abaholwa uComrade uKhuzeni Zikalala ola olokuyahamba nami since yesterday besise Lower South Coast sasebenza kahle kakhulu siloko sihamba kunye silungisa izinto sakha iunity ye-ANC. Mbingelele comrades ubuholi be-REC. Mbingelele kakhulu uComrade uZandile Gumede oyi-chairperson ye-REC yethu lapha eThekwini and the mayor wethu. Mbingelele and the leadership of the leagues, the Youth League, the Women's League and the Veterans League. Mbingelele nenkokheli ze-Alliance nabefundisi abakhona phakathi kwethu namakhosi akhona phakathi kwethu, and I also greet ministers and deputy ministers. And I also greet you all, comrades and friends and fellow South Africans. Comrades, today is the 8th of January, the birthday of the African National Congress. We are gathered here today at this historic site to celebrate the 107th anniversary of the formation of the African National Congress. We have chosen to come here at the resting place of the first president of the African National Congress, Reverend John Langalibalele Dube, to signify how firmly our present is embedded in our past. We are here also to affirm the unbreakable thread that binds together the successive generations of gallant freedom fighters who have sought to further the cause of human freedom and progress. We are here not to mark the mere passage of time, but we are here, comrades, to honor and celebrate a vision that was formed more than a century ago. Ngoba kahle kahle ANC comrades akusiyo mafikizolo. The ANC has been around for a very long time, and it's an ANC that is steeped in tradition, in experience, and it always knows what it is doing. It is this vision of a united, non-racial, non-sexist, and democratic society that defines our movement and which continues to guide our every action. It is more than 120 years since President Dube wrote the following words. Wathi uJohn Langalibalele Dube, "Oh, how I long for that day when the darkness and gloom that have passed and the sunshine of a new civilization shall rise upon a land teeming with commerce, where upon every hilltop shall be seen the schoolhouse and the church. Then indeed Africa will be a nation amongst nations." He wrote at a time when this was a land that was divided. Its people were dispossessed of their land and stripped of their birthright. It was a time of conquest. It was a time of subjugation and super-exploitation and oppression. Yet out of this darkness, at the moment of greatest despair, there emerged a dream of a better society, of a united nation, a non-racial nation, a non-sexist society, and a new beginning. It was a dream that would find firm expression on Monday, the 8th of January 1912 at the Vryhoek Wesleyan Church in Bloemfontein, where African leaders from across the present-day SADC region gathered to found the South African Native National Congress, which would later be renamed the ANC. This occasion today, comrades, presents us with an opportunity to account to President John Langalibalele Dube and all other great leaders of his generation on the path that we have traveled and the great progress we have made to realize their vision. 25 years ago, and comrades, because we are going to be presenting our manifesto on Saturday, the National Executive Committee chose that today we should briefly talk about the 25 years that we have been through as the one organization which has been trusted by the people of South Africa to govern South Africa. On the 27th of April in 1994, Madiba, as we all know, came here to cast his vote in the country's first democratic election. Afterwards, he visited the grave of Reverend Dube, where we have just been with other leaders, including former President Jacob Zuma. Madiba said when he was at the gravesite, Igababo John Langalibalele Dube, Wati, Mr. President, I have come to report to you that South Africa is free today. That is what Madiba said on the 27th of April in 1994 after casting his vote. Now, after a quarter of a century of democracy, we have returned to this place once again to report to the first president of the ANC, John Langalibalele Dube, to report how the country has changed immeasurably and how the lives of South Africans have improved. We can report that South Africa is a nation amongst nations, as he had wished, a united, non-racial democracy founded on the principle of equal rights for all. We have a progressive constitution that not only recognizes the injustices of the past, but requires that we take all necessary measures to achieve redress in all essential areas of life. We have durable, democratic institutions, an independent judiciary, a free media, and an active citizenry. Freedom has been unleashed, and the darkness and the gloom that President John Dube had spoken about has passed. This freedom has also unleashed the creative energies of our people in a number of areas, in sports, in the arts, in music, in literature, in film, in dance, and in commerce, in a number of areas. It has opened new frontiers in the world of science, technology, and innovation. Most significant has been the changes in the everyday lives of ordinary South Africans. Ngo-1994, bekunabantu abathathu kuphela kwabantu abalishumi ababenogesi lapha eSouth Africa. Siyazi sonke ukuthi ugesi bowukhona endaweni ezithize kuphela, endaweni zabelungu. Namhlanje 8 out of 10 South Africans have electricity in their homes. Ugesi sowufakwe endaweni eziningi. Ngo-1994 bekunabantu abawu-6 kuphela abebekwazi ukuthi bathole amanzi kahle, amanzi aclean, angenamdaka. And namhlanje sesilikhuphulile inani labantu abakwazi ukuthola amanzi aclean. 9 out of 10 South Africans today do have clean running water. In that time, comrades, over 4.3 million housing units have been made available. And of those, uhulumeni wethu uakhe 3.2 million yezindlu wazinikeza mahala kwabantu abahluphekayo lapha eMzansi Afrika. What lies behind these statistics is a country that has been transformed, lives that have been changed, opportunities that have been opened. It has enabled millions of our children to also be able to study, and to study in decent places also by electricity. Women have been relieved of the burden of collecting water and firewood, and many poor people now have a material security of a home. Better living conditions mean that families are healthier. We have built new clinics. We have also expanded access to health care for the poor. More South Africans are living longer, with average life expectancy increasing to 64 years in 2018 from a low of 53 years in 2005. And iyona into ebalulekile kakhulu kwamanye amazwe abantu impilo yabo yanda ngeminyaka. Uthola ukuthi bayakwazi ukuthi baphile badlule ko-80, kwamanye amazwe abaphile bafike ko-90. Thina la eSouth Africa ngenxa yengcindezelo, ngenxa ye-apartheid, i-lifespan yethu beku-53 years ngo-2005. Kwathi kungena uhulumeni weka-ANC wawuqala umsebenzi we-healthcare ukuthi sinakekele abantu bakithi. And namhlanje iminyaka yokuphila i-average, asithi bonke abantu baphila until 64 years. Hayibo, abanye bayaphila bayadlula, nangu nonxamalala so ufike ku-76. Nayo i-ANC yamnakekela ufikile ku-76. So this is a very important measure. Ukuthi we have been able to lift the life expectancy of our people. More than 4.3 million South Africans who are living with HIV receive antiretroviral treatment, making it the biggest program in the whole world yokuthi sinakekele abantu abanesifo sengculaza. Alikho elinye ilizwe elinakekela abantu abanesifo sengculaza kufana nala eSouth Africa. 4.3 million yabantu. Today the ANC government provides social grants. Ama-social grants kwabantwana, kwabantu abadala, kwabantu abangaphilile kahle, about 17.5 million yabantu every month bathola ama-social grant. And alikho elinye ilizwe la eAfrika eliwenzayo umsebenzi onjalo. Kula kuphela kule South Africa yethu. We are the ones who are doing it. We can report kuwe President John Langalibalele Dube that we have made huge strides in improving the position of women in society, using our constitution, our laws, and our policies to tackle discrimination and increase the representation within the leadership, not only of our movement, but also in our other institutions. La kwa ANC sekuyinjwayelo manje ukuthi uma siyofaka abantu kuma committee kufanele ukuthi kube 50-50, 50 abantu besilisa, 50% abantu abesifazane. Kuleyo asijiki. We are not going to turn back on that. Namanje uma sihlela ilisi yethu yabantu abazoya eParliament, our parliamentary list and our legislature list is going to be strictly 50-50. And it is also going to have 20% young people. Abantu abasha bazofakwa kulisi yethu ukuthi nabo babone ukuthi ikusasa yelabo. But we must hang our heads in shame that even as we make progress in forging a non-sexist society, women in our country continue to be confronted with unprecedented levels of abuse, of violence, and murder, often by those who are closest to them. This is a national crisis that we are determined to bring to an end so that all South African women can live in peace, safety, and dignity. The past 25 years have been about opening new horizons through education, through jobs, through economic inclusion. We have massively expanded access to education. While only half of our young people attended school in 1994, today we have near universal access of children aged between 7 and 14. Iningi labantwana bethu sebayasingena isikolo manje. Enye into esifunayo sifuna ukuthi laba abancane ukusukela mhlambe ku2 years ku3 years bangene ku early childhood development. Sicela abazali ukuthi nifake abantwana bethu nebafake ku early childhood development ngoba imfundo yomntwana iqala esemncane. Abafundile ke but it is important ukuthi we must focus on the first 1,000 days yokuzalwa kwamntwana. The first 1,000 days iyona ebaluleke kakhulu. Uma singafocusa ku first 1,000 days kukhona lapho we will be able to have a population that is going to be moving forward with the modern times. This year, over 78% of learners pass matric, up from 50% before 1994. Mfuna nizwe kahle. Before 1994, abantwana bethu babethi mabayobhala umatric bekupasa kuphela u50%. Kulonyaka inani labo liye lakhuphuka kwaphasa inqwabe enkulu yaba 78% yabantwana bethu abaphasa umatric. Enye into enhle engifuna ukuthi ngichaze yona into enzeka mhlambe singayibukekeli kahle. Qala kudala besithi masibheka abantwana abaphase imatric besithola ukuthi i-80% yabo abaphase kahle abathola i-bachelor's entrance abathola o-diploma i-80% yabo bebephuma kuma-model C schools baphuma kuma-private schools baphuma kule ikolo zabelungu thina kwikolo zethu emakhaya nasemalokishi only 20% bebephasa namhlanje this year we have begun to turn the tables around. This year 53% yabantwana abaphase nge-bachelor ne-diploma baphuma ezikolweni ezasemakhaya nazasemalokishini. Kubonisa ukuthi siqhubekela phambili siyaqhuba siyaphambili ngoba ngempela izinto ziyajika siloko siyacula ukuthi izinto zizawujika sizibona la ku-education ngoba izinto ziyajika mpela ikolo zethu emakhaya nasemalokishini izona manje ezikhipha abantwana abaphasa kahle lezi ezinye seziyayehla zikuboma 47% ezethu ziyakhuphuka ziya ku 53%. Iyona into ebesiloko sifuna ukuyibona leyo lapha eKZN ngoba silapha eKZN into enhle esiyibonayo ukuthi after the past few years of ama results ayehlela phansi manje sikubona ukuthi ngempela iKZN isimisele ngamandla i-pass rate yethu lapha eKZN iyakhuphuka iyaphezulu kulapho iKZN ifanele ukuthi sithole khona. Sibonga abantwana abalapha eKZN ukuthi baye babonisa ukuthi bazimisele. Sibonga notisha, sibonga nabazali, sibonga nabo bonke aba-involved ku-education ukuthi KZN is now on the move. It's moving forward. Ngiyathemba ukuthi KZN izawushaya u-80% kungekudalanga. Okwamanje, there are over 2 million students who are in our education institutions of higher learning and vocational training colleges. Many of these who come from poor families and working class backgrounds. And this is one thing that you, President John Langalibalele Dube, you focus on. When you formed and established Otlanges High School, you were focusing on education. We are pleased to report to you that our education prospects as a country are becoming better and better all the time. Not only does this create opportunities that were previously unimaginable for most South Africans, but it establishes a foundation for a future that is more productive, more innovative, more inventive, and more creative. While we hail these achievements, we are keenly aware that much more work is needed to improve the quality of the outcomes of our education. It is a matter of great concern that so many children who enter our schooling system do not reach matric, that so many foundation-phase learners cannot read and write properly, and that so many students in institutions of higher learning take so long to complete their studies. Lapha ke bazali bami into ekhona ehluphayo nayo. Every year kungena abantwana abayi 1 million ezikolweni zethu. Uma bayobhala imatric 12 years later sithola ukuthi 450,000 yabo baye baphelela nje emoyeni abasayibhali leyo matric. Manje sifuna ukuthi kubazali masenze sure ukuthi at least abantwana bethu singabazali we must make sure ukuthi abantwana bethu bayayiqeda imfundo for 12 years bahlale esikolweni. There is now no longer any reason ukuthi abantwana bethu they can drop out of school before 12 years of education. There is no reason ngoba education is by and large free now. Free for our children at primary school. Leyo nto yalethwa u-ANC. Every day we feed 9 million children. There is not a single country that I know that feeds 9 million children from Monday to Friday, every week of the month, every month of the year, except mhlambe for December. It only happens in South Africa. So sithi labantwana bethu uhulumeni uthi umntwana wethu mayezalwa umnakekele esibhedlela eclinic. Uma eqeda ukuzalwa umnike igrant. Umama wakhe ayothola igrant amondle. And sithi manje uma sena 2-3 years simfake ku crash, simfake ku early childhood. Lo mntwana akusase umntwana wakho, umntwana kahulumeni we-South Africa. Sithi dedelani abantwana bakahulumeni we-South Africa. Free our children. They in many ways no longer belong to you. They belong to the government of South Africa because the government is taking care of those children. Free those children. Let them come to our schools. Let them be in school from almost age 2 or 3 right through to matric. And after that, you can have your child back. It is our ability, ukuthi lama problem, we must solve these problems now so that we can determine the direction of our country. And this will still take us decades. Despite economic challenges of the last few years, our economy has tripled in size over the last 25 years. Economy yethu ikhule kwaba kwathathu. That is the size of our economy today. Sithe masingena sayithola economy yethu ingaka. Sayikhulisa le economy, say it 3 times more bigger than when we got into office. Leyo message asinika upresident wethu oqala esimthandayo uJohn Langa Lebalele Dube. 7 million more people are now employed today than they were employed in 1994. In 1994, bekunabantu, there were only about 8 million people abasebenzayo la eMzansi Africa. We have added from 1994 to now, we have added another 7 million yabantu abasebenzayo. Siyakhile imsebenzi. Into esiyaziyo ukuthi we still have to create more jobs. Once prohibited from running businesses, prevented from raising above a certain level of employment, black South Africans are now free to own companies, to trade, and to enter any profession. The black middle class has grown significantly, and thanks to the ANC's progressive policies on affirmative action, on black industrialization, broad-based black economic empowerment, and also our radical economic transformation program. as well as gender equality. In 1914, Reverend John Dube wathi, "We have seen our people driven from the places dear to them as the inheritance of generations to become wanderers on the face of the earth. Over the past 25 years, we have made an important start in returning the land to those from whom it was taken so that our people may no longer be wanderers. Through our restitution and redistribution programs, we have returned more than 10% of farmland to black South Africans. Since our conference in December, where our conference took a monumental decision of making sure ukuthi umhlaba, the land, must be returned to our people, and decided that there must be expropriation of land without compensation. With that policy, a policy which we are going to implement, abanye banokuthi mhlawumbe we won't implement it. We are going to implement the policy whether abantu bayathanda noma abathandi, umhlaba uzawubuyela ezandleni zabantu bakithi. We are now embarking on a new phase of accelerated land reform, which will contribute significantly to reducing poverty, especially in rural areas, which will grow the agricultural economy. We know that despite these remarkable achievements, many of our people are still living in dire poverty, and many people in our country, in fact millions, are still unemployed. Millions are without land, without houses, and without the basic necessities of life. It is our task as the sons and daughters of John Langalibalele Dube to place the needs of these people at the center of our every effort. It is true, President Dube, that due to the tireless struggles of the South African people, the darkness and the gloom of colonialism and racial oppression have passed. We can report that South Africa is a land teeming with commerce, and that on its hilltops can be found schools, clinics, farms, and homes. We can report, Mr. President, that while the day for which you longed has arrived, the struggle for the society you envisaged continues. Comrades, this anniversary is also an opportunity to report on the state of the liberation movement that John Langalibalele Dube and others founded. There can be no doubt that throughout its existence, the ANC has achieved great successes. Yet the ANC has endured periods of diversity and periods of great challenge. It has experienced periods characterized by significant reversals, decline, and drift. Yet each time, this organization has emerged stronger, more united, more determined to pursue the struggle for freedom. Siyasathi masibuya eNazareth, abantu abaningi, kakhulu laba ababhala amaphepha, baye bathi i-ANC izawubhidlika. The ANC is going to break apart. The ANC is going to remain weak. The ANC has lost its way. But comrades, we find ourselves in another key moment in our history where we are called upon to restore the movement after a period in which our organizational capacity diminished somewhat. We've heard the voices of South African people from all walks of life who have spoken to us and who have said that they want a strong ANC. They want a united ANC. And they want an ANC which is going to demonstrate to the whole nation that it has leaders who are working together. And we accept those criticisms, and we have heard our people. As we mark the second January 8th celebration since the landmark 54th conference, we can declare with confidence that both the ANC and the country have entered a new era of renewal. Much has been achieved over the last year, but there is still much more that needs to be done to give effect to the resolutions of the 54th conference. While we have been decisive in several areas, our task is incomplete, and the potential for us to move forward is still great. We have reached a stage now where we should not falter in our resolve to act with urgency and also with purpose. We agreed last year on January 8th that we will undertake a deliberate program of organizational renewal and also of unity, that we will address problems of division and dysfunction. Over the course of the last year, most structures of our movement have been working diligently, and they have undertaken efforts to unite, to build, and to renew our movement. Here in KZN, we want to applaud you, comrades. Uguti, you have succeeded in uniting the structures of the African National Congress. KZN is more united than it has ever been. We want to applaud you, Uguti. You have also succeeded in uniting the leadership of the African National Congress. And I am delighted, Uguti namhlanje, we are also here working with our former president, uNamalala, showing a real face of unity that both of us are committed to. And this is what John Langalibale Letube would have wanted. Cadres here are showing a greater sense of purpose, a sincere commitment to restoring the link between the ANC and the people. Despite this progress, the work of organization building requires commitment and hard work. We are making progress in restoring the integrity and the credibility of the African National Congress. And we are doing much to bring the ANC closer to our people. Through the Tumamina campaign, we have more intensively reached out to communities, demonstrating the ANC's commitment to improving people's lives. Our public representatives, branch members, have worked hard to ensure greater consultation and engagement with our people. Across society, many of our people in South Africa are embracing the new dawn, which in its content and purpose reflects a popular vision of renewal and far-reaching change. In line with this task, we have worked with our social partners behind a program to make sure that we bring more growth to our economy through increased investment, through creating more jobs, through reducing poverty. And we have taken bold steps to confront corruption and to restore the credibility of our public institutions. Now, through all this work, contributions of millions of South Africans have established a firm foundation for growth and renewal across society. It is therefore critical that we should strengthen this resolve and deepen our unity in pursuit of a better life. South Africans will head to the polls later this year to elect the representatives for national and provincial government. The ANC comrades will be going kulama elections to achieve a decisive mandate for societal renewal. Uma siya kulokhetho, ANC iya kulokhetho not only to go and get a mere percentage, about 50. We want an overwhelming victory kulama elections azayo. And siyazi ukuthi in order for us to get this victory, we will rely on many of you here abangama volunteer. Mange ngibone hobani ama volunteer la phakathi kwethu, phakamisani izandla. Wonke umuntu ama volunteer, now ama volunteer manje. So all of us are volunteers. It basically means forward ngama volunteer forward. Forward ngama volunteer forward. It basically means ukuthi the ANC has an army of volunteers. Ufanele ukuthi ke after Saturday uma siqeda ukwethula imanifesto yethu, sifanele ukuthi sisonke siphume la ngobuningi siyokhankasa, soyenza sure ukuthi ngempela le overwhelming victory esifuna iba khona. This weekend we will gather at Moses Mabhida Stadium to formally release our annual January 8th statement and to present to the people of our country our 2019 election manifesto. In this manifesto, we have a clear plan, iplan scenario, which will generate growth and faster progress. And we are saying we want to call on all South Africans as we release our manifesto that we should work together to grow South Africa. It is a plan to have an inclusive economy and a society in which all South Africans experience a steady improving quality of life and enjoy shared prosperity. It is also a plan which is aimed at uniting the country, to grow our economy, to create jobs, and to reduce inequality. It will call on all South Africans to be part of the extraordinary national effort to place the country on a much higher footing. And it will call on all our people, black and white, young and old, urban and rural, to work together to grow South Africa. As we celebrate this anniversary, we must agree that one of the most important organizational tasks we have is to continue with our unity project, which is already beginning to bear fruit throughout the country. In this period, there are quite a number of tasks that we will outline on Saturday, so that all of us as cadres should know exactly what we are expected to do. We will also be focusing on how South Africa will participate in building a better Africa and a better world. We will also be focusing on ensuring that we deepen the commitment to fight against racism and tribalism in our country. The people who founded the ANC were very clear about what the ANC's real objective was. It was to establish a united South Africa, democratic South Africa, a non-racial South Africa, a non-sexist South Africa, and a prosperous South Africa. Comrades, in this year, we will also be commemorating the Morogoro Conference, which was held in Tanzania which took very important decisions. As we depart from this place to undertake the tasks that we have touched on and others that we will outline on Saturday, we want to reassure the great leaders of the ANC and our past presidents. President John Langalibalele Dube, who was president from 1912 to 1917, we want to reassure Usifako Mapocho Makhato, who was president from 1917 to 1924. We also want to reassure Zacharias Richard Mahabane, who was president of the ANC from 1924 to 1927. We also want to give assurance to President Josiah Changana Kumete, who was president from 1927 to 1930. President Pixley Kaisa Kaseme, who was president from 1930 to 1936. President Zacharias Mahabane, who served another term from 1937 to 1940. We want to give assurance to President Alfred Bitini Kluma, who was president from 1940 to 1949. J.S. Moroka, who was president from 1949 to 1952. Ngonyaka lo kwazalwa mina ngo-1952. President Albert Luthuli, owaba president ngalo nyaka ngazalwa ngawo until 1967. We want to give him assurance. President Oliver Reginald Tambo, who became president in 1967, wayofika ngo-1991. President Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela simnika assurance as he was president from 1991 to 1997. President Thabo Mvuyelwa Mbeki, who was president from 1997 to 2007. President Gedleyihlekisa Jacob Zuma, who was president from 2007 to 1918. Now, ngibabala bonke ngoba I'm trying to show ukuthi we are a proud organization, an organization that has depth, that has had great leaders, that has had visionary leaders, that has leaders who have taken the country forward. I want to tell them all that we who are now in the leadership of this movement, we who are now in the National Executive Committee of the ANC, shall not rest until the sunshine that John Langalibalele Dube spoke about, the sunshine of a new civilization, rises upon our land and shines on all our people. We wish to assure all these past presidents that we shall not rest until we have built the National Democratic Society the people of South Africa yearn for. Just to be sure, the reassurance we give President John Langalibalele Dube right through to Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma and the founding mothers and fathers of our glorious movement about our determination to address the tasks ahead was best articulated by the drafters of our Lodestar policy document, the Freedom Charter, when they said, "Let all those who love their people, let all those who love their country say as we say, here, these freedoms we shall fight for, side by side, throughout our lives until we have won our liberty. President John Dube, we too, 107 years later, are saying to you today, we shall work side by side throughout our lives until we have improved the lives of all South Africans as we grow South Africa to be the best country in the world. This is the task that we commit to, and this is the task that we are going to achieve. And I'm saying so also to my predecessor, that Ngamalal, njengoba you've passed on the baton to me, I am holding this baton and I'm going to run this race together with the members of the National Executive Committee. We will run a good race. We will make you proud. We will make sure that we achieve the ideals of our glorious movement. We will make sure that we make our country a great country as we continue to grow South Africa together. Yabonga.
Amanda. Amanda. Viva January 8, viva. Comrades niziphathe kahle njengabantu besonto lakwaShembe. Niziphathe kahle njengabantu besondo leZCC. Omabili noShembe bonke. Nibonakalisa imbeko nesidima. Nimamele upresident ethula inkulumo yakhe nihleli phansi. Nilalele. Ingathi nangomgqibelo kungaba nje. I-ANC ibe ngumbutho onesidima, onembeko, ohlonipha abantu baseMzantsi Afrika. Masimqhobele umongameli. Ngokosothulela lo mbiko wokuthi i-ANC yenzeni kule minyaka e-25 ngoba bakhona la abomamela land ukutshela. Umuntu akhamisa tyhale asazi i-ANC yenze ntoni. Nasi statistic xa baphikinisana naso mabayobona umsebenzi we-ANC. Uthi umongameli isebenzile i-ANC kodwa kukaneli sisaqhuba siyaphambili. Siyabulela mongameli. Leyo ifaka nogedle ihlekisa phakathi. Naye ngoko bengupresident noba bebemthola besithintini hayi torhana msholozi nawe ube nalo igalelo lakho. Ya usebenzile. I-ANC isebenza njalo. I-ANC ayisebenzi ngesigezo, isebenza ngesidima. Maqabane sizawusika ikhekhe, elikhekhe asizulitya. Liya emalindi welfare. Sayiyeke into hamba sitya amakhekhe nje at random. Ikhekhe lizawutyiwa ngabantu basemalindi welfare. Umama ubaleka uzawusiproposela i-toast, and then upresident ugedle ihlekisa ndicela nisondele pha itafile nisondele niyosika ikhekhe pha Maqabane. Ningalisiki nilothuse nje elikhekhe. Amandla. Bafiki DJ. Bathi camako livumile makuthethe ubumnyama kuvela ukhanya. Lento kunetha imvulo kusho ukuthi indlela zethu zivulekile.
Against AIDS.
Members of the NEC who are around, can you come to the stage?
for the alcoholic.
PC
I want to be
nomlungu
there
wethu
for the
madoda
drug addict.
uAndri Snell.
I want to be there.
They didn't introduce you umlungu.
And abuse.
Sinaba belungu apha kwa ANC nango omnye umlungu apha. uAndri Snell. Akekho yedwa baningi kabi. Sondelani ma comrade. Amandla. Mfundisi nawe sondela bakubona.
Amandla.
Amandla. Comrades, the few of us who are on stage are going to raise a glass on behalf of the whole of the ANC, nabantu balapa, nabantu base South Africa, to drink to the history and character of the ANC. City cheers. Secondly, comrades, we are drinking to the success of the election campaign of the ANC. City cheers. And lastly, we will drink to the continued unity and success and commitment of the African National Congress and say cheers.
Amandla. Cheers, siyabonga. Thank you very much, leadership and goes. Thank you very much. Comrades, wait. Announcement. There will be buses. You will be directed to the stadium on Saturday. The rally will start exactly, the gates will be open from 6 a.m. 6 a.m. on Saturday. Moses Mabhida Stadium. You'll be directed in your different areas. Endaweni zokuhlala ukuthi inqubo izawuma kanjani. Siyazwana maqabane. Sicela ukunibonga to coming here and celebrating 107 years. Viva eThekwini, viva! Viva ANC, viva! Sinibonge inkokheli ze-ANC in the region, all our volunteers and the leadership of the region and our branches. Till we meet on Saturday. Amandla!